So, you finally opened your eyes, didn't you? Welcome to the other side of the illusion, where everything you suspected turns out to be exactly what you feared it was. Welcome back to clarity, to that sharp, cutting moment when the fog lifts and you see people for who they really are, not who they pretended to be. If this resonates with you, if you've ever felt that sting of betrayal, hit that subscribe button right now, because we're diving deep into the psychology of deception, and you're going to want every single video that helps you navigate this darkness. Drop a comment below telling me what woke you up, what made you finally see the truth. Because your story matters, and this community is built on people who refuse to stay blind. Yeah, I see you there, sitting in that quiet rage, that cold fury that comes from knowing you were right all along. You weren't imagining things, you weren't being paranoid, you weren't overreacting. Every single instinct that screamed at you was correct. Every red flag you talked yourself out of seeing was real. Every gut feeling you ignored because you wanted to believe the best in people. That was your subconscious trying to save you from what your heart refused to accept. Let me tell you what really went down here. They underestimated you. Simple as that. They looked at your kindness and saw weakness. They looked at your trust and saw opportunity. They looked at your loyalty and saw someone they could exploit without consequence. They built their entire strategy on the assumption that you would never find out, that you would never connect the dots, that you would remain forever in the dark while they operated in the light of their own deception. But here's what they didn't calculate. Here's the variable they left out of their equation. You're not the person they thought you were. You never were. They created a fiction of you in their minds, a character that fit their narrative, a puppet that would dance to their strings. They needed you to be naive, to be blind, to be forgiving beyond reason. They needed you to be someone who would accept their lies as truth, their manipulation as friendship, their betrayal as misunderstanding. Except you're not that person. You never were. That version of you only existed in their imagination, in their wishful thinking, in their desperate need for you to be less than you are. Because if you were actually as perceptive as you are, as intelligent as you are, as strong as you are, then their whole game falls apart. Then they become what they actually are. Small, insecure people trying to feel powerful by diminishing someone who threatened them with their mere existence. You know what the worst part is? It's not even the betrayal itself. It's the performance. It's the Oscar-worthy acting they did every single day. The smiles that were pure theater. The conversations that were scripted lies. The concern that was calculated manipulation. The friendship that was strategic positioning. Every interaction was a scene. Every word was a line. Every gesture was choreographed. And they were so good at it, weren't they? They looked you in the eye and lied without flinching. They hugged you while stabbing you in the back. They asked how you were doing while secretly hoping you were struggling. They celebrated with you publicly while tearing you down privately. They built an entire alternate reality where they were your friends, your allies, your support system. When the truth was, they were none of those things. They were actors playing roles. And you were the only one who didn't know it was a performance. But you know now, and that changes everything, doesn't it? Because now you can't unsee it. Now you can't go back to that blissful ignorance. Now every past interaction is recontextualized through the lens of truth. Every memory is tainted. Every moment you thought was genuine is now suspect. You're going through your entire history with these people and rewriting it in real time, seeing the patterns you missed, the signs you ignored, the moments where the mask slipped just slightly and you talked yourself out of what you saw. And it hurts, God, it hurts. Because betrayal isn't just about what they did, it's about what you lost. You lost the version of reality you believed in. You lost the people you thought they were. You lost the relationships you thought you had. You lost the trust that came so naturally. You lost the innocence that allowed you to take people at face value. You lost a piece of yourself that believed the world was fundamentally good and people were fundamentally honest. That's the real theft here. They didn't just betray you. They stole your ability to trust easily. They stole your natural openness. They stole the part of you that gave people the benefit of the doubt. They turned something pure in you into something guarded. They took your strength, your kindness, your authenticity, and they weaponized it against you. They made you feel like your best qualities were actually weaknesses. But here's what I need you to understand right now, in this moment, with absolute clarity. They were wrong. Your kindness isn't weakness. Your trust isn't stupidity. Your authenticity isn't naivety. These are not flaws. These are not mistakes. These are not things you need to eliminate from your personality. These are strengths that were abused by people who didn't deserve access to them. The problem was never you. The problem was never your approach to relationships. The problem was never your willingness to believe in people. The problem was them, their character, their integrity, their capacity for cruelty, their comfort with deception, their ability to look someone in the face and lie without remorse. That's the problem. That's what needs fixing. And that's not your responsibility. So what do you do now? What do you do with this knowledge that sits in your chest like a stone? What do you do with the anger that burns in your veins? What do you do with the hurt that cuts deeper than any physical wound? What do you do with the desire for revenge that whispers in your ear at 3 in the morning? You have options, multiple paths forward, multiple ways this story can end. And here's the beautiful, terrible truth. You get to choose. You're in control now. They thought they had the power, but knowledge is power, and you have all the knowledge. You see the board clearly now. You understand the game. You know the players. You recognize the strategies. And they have no idea that you know. That's your advantage. That's your leverage. That's your moment of choice. Do you expose them? Do you confront them? Do you walk away silently? Do you play the long game? Do you burn it all down? Do you rise above it? Each option has consequences. Each path leads somewhere different. Each choice shapes who you become next. Exposure is tempting. It's the nuclear option. It's taking everything you know and making it public. It's showing the world who these people really are. It's stripping away their masks and forcing them to face the consequences of their actions. It's justice. It's vindication. It's proof that you weren't crazy. But it's also messy. It's loud. It's dramatic. It keeps you connected to them, keeps you in their orbit, keeps your energy focused on their destruction instead of your evolution. Confrontation is different. It's direct. It's honest. It's looking them in the eye and saying, I know what you did. I know what you said. I know who you really are. It's giving them a chance to explain, to apologize, to own their actions. But here's the reality. People who betray you rarely give you the apology you deserve. They deflect. They gaslight. They minimize. They make you feel crazy for being hurt. They turn it around and make themselves the victim. Confrontation rarely gives you closure. It usually just gives you more pain. Walking away is the quiet option. It's disappearing from their lives without explanation, without drama, without giving them the satisfaction of knowing they got to you. It's the ultimate power move, because it says you're not even worth my anger, you're not worth my time, you're not worth my energy. I'm simply removing you from my life like you never existed. It's clean, it's final, it's powerful, but it also means they never have to face what they did. They never learn. They never grow. They just move on to the next person and do it again. The long game is strategic. It's using the knowledge you have carefully, wisely, when the timing is right. It's not about revenge. It's about protection. It's about making sure they can't hurt you again. It's about positioning yourself so that when they inevitably try to strike again, you're ready. It's about playing chess while they're playing checkers. It's about patience, observation, and calculated moves. It's the smartest option, but it requires discipline, requires you to sit with the discomfort while you wait for the right moment. Here's what I want you to really hear. Whatever you choose, make sure it's for you, not for them. Make sure it's about your healing, not their punishment. Make sure it's about your peace, not their pain. Because revenge that's about hurting them keeps you chained to them. Justice that's about your liberation sets you free. There's a difference. Ask yourself this: 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, what version of this story do you want to tell? Do you want to be the person who got revenge and felt empty afterward? Do you want to be the person who confronted them and got more lies? Do you want to be the person who walked away and never looked back? Do you want to be the person who used the experience to become wiser, stronger, more discerning? Because that's who you're becoming right now, whether you realize it or not. This moment, this betrayal, this pain, it's forging you into something new. You're being refined in fire. You're being stripped down to your core and rebuilt stronger. Every person who betrays you is actually a teacher showing you who not to trust, what not to accept, how not to treat people. They're showing you, through their terrible example, exactly who you don't want to become. And that's the real power here. You get to decide who this turns you into. You can become bitter, closed off, suspicious of everyone. You can build walls so high that no one can ever hurt you again, but also no one can ever reach you again. You can armor yourself so completely that you become impenetrable but also unreachable, safe but alone, protected but isolated. Or you can become discerning. You can learn to read people better. You can develop the skill of recognizing red flags early. You can trust yourself more than you trust others. You can build boundaries that protect without isolating. You can remain open but not naive. You can be kind but not a doormat. You can be loving but not blind. You can be forgiving but not stupid. That's the evolution available to you. That's the upgrade. That's the transformation. You don't have to become hard and cold. You just have to become wise and boundaried. You don't have to hate people. You just have to be selective about who gets access to you. You don't have to close your heart. You just have to guard it better. And here's what's happening to them right now while you're processing all this. They're spiraling. They're panicking. They're wondering who talked. They're suspicious of each other. The same people who conspired against you are now paranoid about each other. Trust is eroding in their ranks. Bonds are breaking. The foundation they built on your destruction is cracking. Because that's what happens when you build anything on lies. It eventually collapses under its own weight. They're probably scrambling right now, having emergency conversations, trying to figure out damage control, wondering what you know and what you're going to do with it. And your silence is killing them. Your lack of reaction is torture, because they can't prepare for what they can't predict. They can't defend against an attack that hasn't come. They can't control a situation where they have no information. And you're learning one of life's most valuable lessons. You're learning that not everyone who smiles at you is your friend. Not everyone who says they care actually does. Not everyone who knows your secrets will keep them. Not everyone who has access to you deserves it. Not everyone who wants to be in your life should be. Not everyone who claims to love you knows how to. These are hard lessons, painful lessons. Lessons that cut deep and leave scars. But they're necessary lessons, because the alternative is spending your whole life being used being manipulated, being lied to, being betrayed over and over because you never learned to protect yourself. And you're worth more than that. You're worth being selective. You're worth having standards. You're worth requiring proof before giving trust. You're worth protecting. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take this pain and use it as fuel. I want you to take this betrayal and let it teach you. I want you to take this experience and let it strengthen you. Don't let it break you. Don't let it close you. Don't let it turn you into someone you're not. Let it refine you. Let it sharpen you. Let it make you more aware, more careful, more intentional about who you let into your inner circle. And then, when you're ready, when you've processed this, when you've healed enough to move forward, I want you to do something radical. I want you to forgive them. Not for them, for you. Because carrying hate is heavy. Carrying resentment is exhausting. Carrying the need for revenge is a burden, and they don't deserve any more of your energy. They don't deserve space in your head. They don't deserve power over your emotions. Forgiveness doesn't mean what they did was okay. It doesn't mean you trust them again. It doesn't mean you let them back in. It just means you release the poison. You let go of the weight. You free yourself from the prison of bitterness. It means you choose peace over revenge, freedom over justice, healing over punishment. And here's the final truth, the one that will set you free. The best revenge isn't revenge at all. The best revenge is becoming so successful, so happy, so fulfilled, so completely unbothered by their existence that when they look at your life, they realize they made a massive mistake. The best revenge is living well. The best revenge is thriving. The best revenge is moving on completely while they're still stuck in the same toxic patterns that made them betray you in the first place. You're going to be fine. Better than fine. You're going to be incredible. Because you're the kind of person who faces hard truths, who grows from pain, who transforms betrayal into wisdom. You're the kind of person who doesn't stay down. You get up, you adapt, you overcome, you become stronger. And one day, you'll look back at this moment and realize it wasn't the worst thing that happened to you. It was the best thing. Because it showed you who people really were before you wasted more time on them. Because it taught you lessons you needed to learn. Because it made you into someone wiser, stronger, more authentic. So welcome to the other side. Welcome to clarity. Welcome to truth. Welcome to the beginning of your real life, the one where you're selective about who gets access, where you trust your instincts, where you protect your peace, where you build boundaries, where you choose yourself. This is where you become who you were always meant to be, someone who can't be fooled twice, someone who sees through facades, someone who values authenticity over performance, someone who would rather be alone than surrounded by liars, someone who knows their worth and refuses to accept anything less. You've been awakened. Now stay woke, stay sharp, stay selective, stay strong, and never, ever let anyone make you feel crazy for trusting your instincts again. They were right. You were right. And you always will be.